The workplace is becoming more accepting of tattoos and piercings, but from my personal experience, I've actually been fired for getting a lip piercing after I was hired, and I've been also told that I couldn't wear, I couldn't have certain piercings while on the job, and so I can't personally say that I think it's becoming more accepting. I actually believe that all tattoos and piercings just should be disregarded when it comes to deciding if someone is appropriate for a job or not. I would hire someone with tattoos or piercings unless the tattoo or piercing can be considered culturally or religiously offensive. I was waitressing in a small Italian restaurant by my house in New Jersey. I was doing well with the job, and then I decided that I really wanted a lip ring, a little stud underneath my lip. And I actually asked my boss permission before getting it because I didn't want to sacrifice my job. And I asked him if it would be okay, and he said I was a great employee and that it was fine with him and it wouldn't change anything. And then I came in the next day with it, and he said that it didn't look how he expected it to look, that he said that it looked offensive to customers because they were old-fashioned and traditional. And so he basically said I needed to get rid of it or he was going to fire me. And I couldn't take it out because it was still not healed, and I didn't want to lose $100, so I told him I wasn't taking it out. And he said that he needed me to stay, so he told me to put a Band-Aid on my mouth. So I worked with a Band-Aid on my mouth for about 2 days, and then finally, after an argument, he fired me. I quit. It was kind of simultaneous. There was just a lot of tears and drama. He was in his mid-40s. My lip ring actually fell out one day when I was washing my face, and I didn't have time to put it back on because my bus was leaving. And so I was getting ready for school, and I was getting, it fell out while I was getting ready. I had to hurry to catch my bus, and it fell out. And within 20 minutes it closed. It was closed. I didn't want to spend the money to do it again. I would say attitudes definitely aren't changing, unfortunately, because I think it's wrong like any other kind of discrimination. It has no correlation to how you are as a person. You can't connect it to someone's character. And even when my lip piercing fell out, actually a woman at my church, she said to me, she goes, "I'm so glad that you lost your lip ring. I was praying that you would get rid of it." And so I realized it wasn't just in the work field that it was still looked down upon, but even in religious institutions, in school, just anywhere. People have really, I think, outdated mentalities when it comes to that.
Yes, like I had my nose pierced. Not a lot of people like that. They don't think that's really professional, depending on where you're going. Now, if I was going for like a business approach, people might think that I'm more wild or something like that. If I have my lip pierced, like certain piercings, depending on where it doesn't look really professional. Tattoos, like I have a tattoo right here. I have to cover that when I go to certain places because people might think that it means something that it doesn't mean. So, yeah.
I definitely do. I mean, I've constricted my tattoos to my back where they're easily concealed because I don't like. I know a lot of employers really do judge you on that. So like I try to conceal them, but I feel like it's a really great expression of who people are. So I feel like I should be able to show them, but I can't as of right now in society.
No, they are in very hidden locations.
Did you do that on purpose?
Absolutely.
There is a dress code that is addressed in meetings when someone is slacking in terms of wearing some clothing or not even wearing the proper shoes. But piercings and tattoos are not particularly talked about, but I guess that the standard is just to keep them hidden. Most people that do have tattoos don't show them around often, and usually people, if they have piercings, they just take them off. You get to see them on the weekends when there's a weekend event or something. You get to see a lot more people's piercings, but most of the time everything comes off. To what a person is able to do, If a person's capable and qualified to do a good job and a piercing and a tattoo is part of their identity, then they should just be able to showcase that. That shouldn't make them less professional if they're able to do a task full on force. If they are qualified and their interview goes well, then yeah. I don't think that that should be a factor of me hindering them from not being able to do their job. Yes, it's not fair. No. I don't have any tattoos or piercings. I would get one now that I have a professional job because I never had the money to get a tattoo before. So I would get a tattoo. Not a piercing though. I'm not about the piercing life.
Would you intentionally get your tattoo in a place where it can easily be hidden?
Not intentionally, but in general, yeah, because most tattoos that I would get would have more symbolic reasons rather than me just trying to showcase to everybody. So I would keep it in a very hidden place.